What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. And reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. What's good, y'all? The sixth element of hip hop here. I am your host, Reno Noir. And this is my co-host right here, Stu Dog in the building. Stu, what's good, man? Can we hear Stu?
Peace.
Mic check.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Mic check. Good. Peace.
Special guest in the house, King Kojo Drift, a.k.a. King Kojo. What's good?
What's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody.
Word. Corey Adger in the building. Salute, fam. Yo. And Drift, you've been on the show many times, man. We just chopping it up, man. I was looking at through Instagram and I seen one of your posts and I heard that song I thought it was a new track. What's the name of that song?
It's called Y'all Wives on Me.
Y'all Wives on Me, man. That shit was hitting, bro. I'm trying to find the shit on, but some of your music is on, like when you do an Instagram reel and you looking up music, like your music is on there.
Yeah,
but
that's when I signed with some of those labels, so the music is up there with the money
right.
I didn't hear, but the music is up there, so
yeah.
But
what so just while we got you on here, man, what's going on with you right now? I know you got some meetings and things today. What's the latest project for you right now? What's the hottest thing?
I got a project finished. I got 2 projects finished, but I was just trying to figure out a better way to release it because the digital streaming platform, if you're not backed by a major, it's not lucrative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I'm an older artist. I'm not like, one of the young mainstream
Young
artists.
kid.
I gotta do something, that's beneficial.
I'm gonna forget that, Kojo, man. You ain't one of them mumbling rappers out there mumbling. Man, age ain't got nothing to do with it, man. Come on, stop that, man. Don't say that, man. I don't like that, man. Man, if you putting out real hip hop, baby.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, man. You ain't one of them mumbling rappers. You ain't one of them young mumbling rappers out there mumbling because the industry that took over and they want to get on so bad. They take any deal, they take anything they could get just to get on, just to get some money, just to, you know what I mean? Just to get a video with a gun.
Yeah.
And ice their wrist out, all that. Come on, man. Stop, man. I like words, Kojo. You got words.
Wow.
I like sentences. You form whole sentences when you rhyme. You know what I'm saying? I like bars. I like hip hop. I like artists that perform real hip hop, and I support artists that perform real hip hop, man. All that mumbling, man. Same beat, same tone, all that. I hate that, man.
They won't say it with their chest, like they don't say the raps with their chest.
No gravitas, yeah.
Nah, I don't say nothing with their chest, man. Cause they ain't got no chest. They ain't got no chest. You know what I'm saying?
But I understand what you're saying though, Kojo. You keeping it a buck. Like right now, the industry is checking for certain age groups.
Yeah.
And hip hop is a young man's game.
It is. It's like
to an extent. Right.
Nah, man, nah. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Nah.
The mainstream.
Nah.
The mainstream, yeah.
Listen,
the mainstream.
I tell my sons this.
Not you,
listen,
me, not us.
I tell my sons this. This is what I tell my sons right now. This is exactly how it is. And I tell my sons this right now.
What do you say?
Right now, y'all, it's y'all time. Because y'all in your 20s. When you 20 to 25, it's your time.
Yeah.
But now my sons are over 25, and I keep telling them, your time is gone. It's time for that. Time for that next 20 to 25 to come in. You know what I'm saying? So like you that's it. You had your time to make your mark and do what you had to do. I might even give it to you 30.
I thought you was fighting for the opposite of that. I thought you were saying.
But when it come to hip hop, man, listen, man. When Chuck D came in the game, he was damn near 30, and he wanted the hip hop greats. He wanted the hip hop greats.
I remember Chuck
when Public Enemy kicked off, I think Chuck D was like 28, 29. But when they got to the peak of their career, he was like 35. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, he's a legend. But as
you
far
gotta
as
fight the power.
hot rappers,
You gotta fight
hot
the power,
music,
man. Nah,
he's
man,
not
rap
hot.
ain't never.
That's what we
But
talking
see,
about.
that's the problem with rap now. We didn't gave up. We tired. Then it took the fight out of us.
I ain't tired.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear, baby. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear.
They was actually pleased with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
I was like, whoa. Like I was taken aback. I was like, damn, I thought I was wasting my time. But then when I stepped on there and people were listening intently and they were catching a lot of shit I was saying, I was like, oh, hold on now. Hold on. Now, maybe I rethink this. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah, and I love rap. Rap has saved me, man, from some real dark places. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for hip hop music. I'm grateful for Mr. Magic. I'm grateful for Red Alert. I used to hear Red Alert, when I was a kid.
Yeah, man.
I knew he's gonna play some dope shit after that, and it's just that's the energy I come from. So you know, in my music, I try to reflect that. I'll even rap off of shit that I heard as a child, but I put my little energy on it, and make it, my flavor. But I'm just the whole thing is to pay homage and then inject my special kind of lyricism back into the music. I'm trying, and I got big plans. Of course, after Ramadan, of course, I got big plans. I'm putting everything in motion now, and I'm definitely not doing the shout out to Slade. I most love and respect Slade. I'm definitely not.
What am I, chopped liver?
That's your platform. I think shout out to you first.
I'll be fucking with him.
Yeah. And I'm probably not gonna do the digital streaming platform shit no more. I'll put it on there, but I'm gonna put it on my site, and preferably the people who download material from there. So,
yo, shout out to my brother, number one suspect on his wife's profile right here, saying what's up. But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. And it's not like the way I see it, like hip hop. It's always gonna resonate. No matter how old I get, no matter how old we get, we're gonna love hip hop. That's never gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is definitely not something that it's only for young people. No. That's definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. But
mainstream media, they emphasize the youth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they give them the deals. They don't have no children. They just trying to escape poverty. But an older artist, we ain't gonna go for them stupid ass deals. Like we need
right. They can't control you.
They can't control, and we understand business, so they're like, we can't get them these peanuts and let them dance for it. No disrespect to the young people, but they purposely go to the kids,
right?
It's excited for an opportunity. I was once that kid,
Yeah, we all was. Yeah,
I'm telling right now that I don't get $1 for it. Somebody performed lyrics that I wrote for them at the Grammys, and I'm sitting at home watching like,
dope.
I was really stupid for not, getting my publishing and all that. But you live and you learn,
Absolutely, man. And that's the key to it, man. Learning from mistakes, learning from growing, building knowledge, and the industry knows that shit, man. And they do gravitate more towards those that they can mold and manipulate. And
plus they want to keep the energy. They want to keep the divisive energy. They want to fill jails up. So the more gangster shit, the more we shoot each other. If full, you know what I mean? And I was a young man. I was on that shit, and not knowing. I'm participating. I'm helping the agenda. So as I got older, I'm like, nigga, you better bring some love energy into this rap, and you can still be fly, you can still talk slick, but it doesn't have to, impact anybody in a negative way. So, as you get older, you learn. I can't even believe this is me talking right now, but this is real.
Hell yeah.
Nah, man, believe it because listen, everybody has always been offered opportunities to change. You know what I'm saying? And you took that opportunity to change. So when you change, you grow. And when you grow, you change. You know what I'm saying? But they vice versa. They're like yin and yang. They're always going to be on the opposite side of the spear, but they do the same thing. So it's like, if you don't change, you don't grow. You don't grow, you don't change. And that's with everything in life. Even within yourself.
Yep.
When you go to jail, like if you go to jail, these young cats, they go to jail. Ain't no opportunity in it. Ain't no opportunity to change. Ain't no opportunity because the same thing is on the streets is in there. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to ride. You gotta be able to overlook all that and change and grow.
2002, last time I was in jail, 2002. So that was 21 years ago. I ain't been in a pair of handcuffs since then. You know what I mean? Even then, I learned my lesson. I was in jail for a crime I didn't commit. You know what I mean? I had my mom shut so my mother could be safe outside. You know what I mean? I didn't.
Right.
Well, I didn't do this. He did it. Like, nah, shut my mouth. So protect my mom.
Yeah.
My pop, my sisters. Like, you know what I mean? I just sat there. But, you know, that's a whole nother story. But definitely positivity. That's what I'm on. All love, no evil energy, no negative spirit, no talking down, not tearing my brother down. So my light shine brighter, none of that silly shit. You know what I mean? I come with lyricism, clever shit that'll make you laugh. You can rewind the rap. Damn, you heard what he said? Like that's what I'm on. I ain't on nothing else. I ain't trying to kill my brother. He didn't do nothing to me. I'm not spinning the block on his ass. None of that shit. You know what I mean? If you hear me talking like that, it's a battle rap, like a supremacy thing. It ain't no like genuinely trying to hurt nobody. That's them days long gone.
Nah, and that's true, and that does come across in your music and your lyrics. Like I do find myself like snickering and laughing. Like you be saying some funny ass clever shit, man. It's just
jokester, man. I don't want no problem.
Yeah, man. That's dope though, man. That's what we need more of that, man.
Good, man. Life is good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that I wasn't supposed to survive. You know, so for me to continue to keep that energy after I've been blessed, that'll be detrimental to my health going forward.
Right. And I don't want to butcher the line. I don't want to fuck up the line, but it's a dope line where he in the video you bro, he got the easel in the street. Damn, what's the name of the thing where you hold with the paints on it? The palette. He got the palette and he painting the portrait, right? And he's spitting the verse. What's the line you said about I'm like Bob Ross? Yo.
Big Shell, that's your fake ass Bob balls. No, fake ass mom balls. I flow like Big L and I paint like Bob Ross.
Yeah, that shit was so dope.
Because I used to watch Bob Ross, and then I watched the music box right after. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
It was an amalgamation of art and hip hop, but it was like seeds being planted. Because as I grew older, I leaned more towards the rap. You know, but the art has supplied my life. You know, like I don't have a job. I was able to walk away from my job 2 years ago. And I still don't have to go back, you know what I mean? Because of the artwork, you know.
Blessing.
Yeah, I'm way blessed, man. My energy is my attitude is gratitude, you know. You will never be complaining. Trust me.
I love it. Yeah. I heard a quote.
And that also determines your latitude.
Come on, man.
But
that was a tag in bar.
Flavor Flav, and that's your latitude, boy.
Yeah.
You know, hey, speaking of video music buzz, before you go, Reno, I just watched a thing. Ralph McDaniel said he's trying to. He says he has all of the episodes on VHS. He has them on like tape and he said he's in the process of digitizing them so that he can put them on some type of platform where we can access them all. I mean, I miss watching Video Music Box, man. I used to watch that joint hard.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be real dope.
You still come on?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I know it still come on. I just can't get it where I'm at. Yeah, I'm too far down. I can't get it down here.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no cable station, right? That's a local. That's like PBS.
Yeah. Local access.
Yeah. I gotta hook up an antenna or something, man. Where I can get that.
WNYE, I believe.
WNYE,
yeah.
I can't get it down here, bro.
Damn.
So I gotta figure out some way where I can watch it, man. But he said he's trying to digitize them joints. He said he has every episode.
Yeah.
You know, he said he got them. He said he got them in good condition. Everything's intact. He just got to digitize them.
That shit changed.
Yeah, he got to convert them. Yeah, he got to convert
he said he got
digital. Yeah.
But he said it's a lot. He said it's a whole lot. He said it's a whole lot.
Every day, mostly. When you show a rerun, I'll be sick. I'm like, God damn it, I saw this already. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. And you still watch it anyway. Yeah, you be like, shit. Yeah, you still watch. All right, man. We said this is the one where he gonna do this. He gonna do this.
Record it again too.
Thursdays. I ain't like He show something crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I can take you back to the street hip hop. Like I needed that, but You know, I think that, man. I think Uncle Ralph, Red Alert,
Red Alert,
Molly
Mr.
Mall,
Magic,
Mr.
Molly Mall.
Magic,
Yeah, man. Lady B.
I'm
You
forgetting
know
a
what I
lot,
mean?
but those are the ones. Those are the architects for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then Kane, of course, Kane is the reason why I ever started rapping. Period. I was like, man,
Rakim,
Rakim,
KRS,
Slick Rick.
yeah.
Man, those are
Cool
my.
G Rap is my guy too. Yeah.
That's the whole Juice Crew right there. Y'all done named damn it the whole Juice Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Shan,
But nah, this is
Sam.
the quote. This is the quote. I found it. So you made me think about it. Michael B. Jordan said, "I don't care who is doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me versus me. Period."
That's the realest shit ever, man.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
we ain't trying to shit on nobody.
He a Jersey native. He a Jersey. He from up there where you at.
So I understand. I understand and I respect that, you know, because that's my energy too. You know, I'm not trying to style on nobody. Like, I've been through some things and that I didn't think I'd be able to walk away from. So the fact that I have been able and flourishing, like, you would never see me like cutting anybody down or trying to style. Like, never. Life is real.
Yeah, man.
Man. So that's not even.
That's big.
Yeah.
I mean, that's evolution right there, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
evolution right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Proud of it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. What's the all right, what's the next time when they can see you live or something?
I don't know, cause still, it's not like a crazy demand to see me perform. You know what I mean?
But don't you do like, okay, but what about like painting classes or something like that? Don't you do
I
something?
do that regularly. I got a art studio,
Right.
West Orange, 275 Main Street, West Orange, called Bifrost Studios. Like the Bifrost from Midgard to Asgard. That's what the name.
Nice. Dope.
And I'm in there every day. We have paint parties Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have them all throughout the week, but those are the most prominent days. That's the one people request the most.
Right.
So do that, and then Saturday mornings I teach at North Star Academy. I teach art for kindergartners to second graders, one class, and the next class is like middle school kids. I teach them digital art. So I do that on Saturdays, and then the rest of the time, I'm dedicated to portrait work. Portrait work is how I, keep the lights on.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I find that dope, man, that you do. What is the average student like? Is it mostly women, mostly men, younger, older? What's the class book?
It's mostly young men, you know what I mean?
Word.
Girls, well, at the school I teach, normally the girls trying to gravitate towards like STEP, or I see them doing a lot of home economics. Not that I'm trying to make gender, but this is what I observe.
It's what you've seen, right?
So mostly it's young men. The young men, the same way I gravitated towards Bob Ross.
Right.
I see kids look at me like that a little bit, and that blows me away. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Because like art to them is like magic. When it starts, it doesn't make sense, and then as you see it coming to fruition, you're like, what? So I get it, because that's what Bob Ross did for me.
That's big.
I was like, how are you gonna fix this? Because this should be looking crazy, and then 15 minutes in, like, I'm just blown away. Yeah.
Word, because he got a few splats up on there, and you like, come on, this ain't gonna be nothing. He be done, and it be a fucking forest with snow and shit. He got a little barn over here, a happy little river over here, a happy tree, a couple of fucking.
And he does it in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He innovated though. He was like the only guy, or one of the first guys to really ever do that on TV, especially. And yeah, and he there was one guy I think before him that he sort of learned from, but then that guy just sort of fell back, and then he took over. Right.
Yep, I saw it. It was an older gentleman.
A documentary or something like that I seen. Yeah.
And the style is wet paint. You know what I mean? And the dude, but Bob, he learned it and he took it to the next plateau.
Because he had a system. He's got a system, right? So okay. When you go to paint, like, and this is just for anybody that's not an artist or whatever, don't know, like when you draw with a pencil, and this is me personally, like if I draw something with a pencil, that's not how you paint. You don't take a paintbrush and draw with the paintbrush necessarily.
No, you can't do that. Yeah.
different
right. Totally different.
Totally different. And a lot of people don't realize that. But it's still daunting to really, if someone just you try to just explain it all. But man, Bob Ross, the way he broke it down, he got a system, and the way he was able to do it, like you said, the beginning of the show, he would start with a blank canvas. By the end, that shit'll be a masterpiece.
1 minutes, and he don't do no time lapse, nothing.
Nope.
Like,
nothing. All live. Yeah.
That's
live. Painted a lot of. Yeah, he was a landscape artist. He painted a lot of landscapes.
Yeah, a lot of land. Like sometimes he put a cabin in there, or he put somebody walking. Like I seen him do people. Yeah.
He would all. And then he.
My girl naked one joint. She said it was fun as hell. Oh, I'm trying to set up one for next week, Slade. I'm trying to do it now. I don't know with Ramadan. I don't know how many people would pull up to it, even though I have a wide demographic. But I definitely want to do something next week.
What's the naked wine paint joint? What's this?
Oh, that's essentially, we have like new models come in. I try to bring that into the space.
Right. Okay.
They don't really do that. Well, now they do it since I started doing it. Like people, like they blatantly copy, and they won't even give me credit. Like, no, I seen bro do it, so they just copy blatantly. But it's all right, because it's new energy. So I will have like a new model come, and we paint what we see on the canvas what the new model is doing. So we've done that about I want to say 4 times. And it's been a success. The last one was packed to capacity, Slade. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy. I don't know how much longer it's gonna last, but I'm very happy.
That's dope. So Slade, you in the area? I ain't know he knew you or whatever.
Slade's dope dude.
That's dope. That's what's up, man.
Definitely.
That's what's up. So normally on Wednesday is Woo Wars Wednesday, because we talk about Wu-Tang and Star Wars, and I got my Wu-Tang Grogu shirt on.
I miss both.
I mean, you miss both?
Yeah, because I had a life change. So it's like an occurrence where I haven't had an opportunity to sit down and watch TV.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, so it's like, if y'all gonna do spoilers, I gotta jump off because I don't want
to. I mean, are you like caught up so far? Like you caught up just to this week's episode, or you ain't watched?
The last Wu-Tang joint I saw was the criminology episode. That was my favorite out of the season.
Bro, that was man.
That was the hottest episode. Yeah, so far, yeah.
Hated that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was crazy,
Biggie
bro. I was like, that was weird. That was weird.
And y'all didn't even do a screening of these niggas. You like, have you said
right?
Bring them on. You know what I mean? That nigga.
Yeah, that's Biggie right there.
Yeah, that's Biggie.
Today's was Liquid Swords.
Okay.
So the whole episode.
His episode.
Yeah, and it's like it's the third allegorical movie of the season. Because like we did the criminality, it was like a little movie that was sort of allegorical to the album, right? Kind of a metaphor to what the album was about, and they played it out in the movie. And in this one, obviously, they follow Jizza, who takes on the persona of a character in the show called the Genius, and he journeys through like an alternate reality, dystopian New York city to sort of unite the people using the music from the album. And but I'm gonna go into it, but I don't want to spoil anything for you, man.
Tell me I jump off. I don't want to. So what's only seen Meth one time this season. He was in it.
Meth was in this episode. Wait, actually, yeah, he very briefly.
Meth ain't show this time.
Yeah, because he fell back in the criminology one, and then the last one. Okay, so the one between this one and the criminology, you ain't see either, and that was all about Divine, just sort of going crazy with the new responsibilities as a manager. It was a filler episode. I don't even know why they wasted. But this one was Jizza Liquid Swords.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna do now is talk about Liquid Swords this episode, and then Mandalorian. So
Mandalorian too. That's my favorite.
Bro, that shit is.
I had a chance to see that.
Have you seen any of this season?
It's good.
I saw the first episode. I ain't seen none. What, they on third?
Oh, you need third episode. This is the fourth one. Today is the fourth one. Yeah, today we talking about episode 4. 3 was good.
3 was good. 4 was
2 I
yeah,
love.
2 was crazy.
2
yeah.
had that crazy new alien in it. You're gonna love 2.
Oh,
One was the shortest episode of the whole series, and it was just kind of a
Disney Plus now.
Yeah, man. So I don't want to ruin nothing for you, man. But we can wait till you're ready to go. But and then what else? Something else about. Oh nah, I was gonna talk about the it's one of those ranking sites. We was gonna talk about the Tribe Called Quest thing. They had ranked every Tribe Called Quest album from worst to best. Yeah.
That's
I ain't know they made any bad albums. I ain't know they made a bad album, bro.
Yeah.
It's it's just somebody's opinion, man. When we do this on here, I always just say somebody's opinion. Don't take it. Just take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, we just read it off just to debate it, but it's still somebody's opinion at the end of the day. And that's just it, man. I always say it on here that people's music is like artwork, man. It's like painting a painting, man. They put their time, their effort, their blood, sweat, and tears into that. So like, you take it or you leave it. That's it, man. But you can't judge it.
I don't even get offended like if somebody is not too enthused about one of my pieces. Like it's not.
Right.
I mean, some gonna love it and some gonna be like, that's cool. You know what I mean? But could you do it? No, exactly.
Right. See that's like when I listened to Nas's albums back in the day when he first came out, I used to listen to him and be like, I was alright, man. And I remember he said, if you listen to it and you didn't like it, it ain't for you. Listen to it at another time. It wasn't for you then. So I went and grabbed up every Nas album because I got every album he ever made. So I went and grabbed them all up. From the first, I ain't listened to the first one because that's a classic for me. I like that one. So I went through every one. I went through every last one. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Listening to them 2020, 2021, 22, they were doper. They were better now to me than they were back then.
Yeah.
And like I just thought they was, I liked it now, but I just thought it was mediocre. I was like, all right. But when I listen to them now, I was like, yo, and I really listened to. I was like, yo, this joint. I put the headphones on and everything. I was like, yo, this joint is fire.
Nas is out of this world, man. Like Nas. If I was in the studio and he asked me like, yo, you can go get me a Philly, I'll go get it.
Man.
So you be like, I'll be back before he get done the sentence, huh? And you go, my man.
What
he was gonna ask for it, man.
He asked you to go get a cheesecake.
That's like as long as it ain't that junior, that's Nas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey. Get personally offended. Like, how you talk bad about this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like if hip hop had a voice, I think it'd be Nas's voice. If it was personified, and hip hop beat would be a premier beat. You know what I'm saying? If hip hop, if it was playing music, so like,
thank you.
Gotta be really humble, and they gotta handle Nas with utmost reverence because he's not no walking.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Nah, Nas is, and you know the crazy part. They give him props like that. Like I'm talking about like legendary artists. They were saying that when he like RZA once said, he like to be an MC, you got to be a master MC. You master it. So as time go on, you should be getting better. He said the only person to beat him to master, because he said he wanted to be a master MC by the time he was 20. And he said the only person that beat him at that was Nas. He said by the time Nas came out, he said Nas had already mastered it when he was 5. Because when Nas came out with Illmatic, I think he was like 15, 16. He was young. He wasn't even 20 yet. He wasn't 20 when he came out with that joint.
No, he was just turning 20 when he
And RZA said he beat him. RZA said he beat me. RZA said he beat me to that. And he was like, he the only MC I could say that beat me to being a master MC by a certain age. Because he was like, everybody thought he was incredible, man. And Russell Simmons was the only one that thought he sounded like Coogee Rap. Nobody else thought that.
Nah, I ain't think that. I never heard.
Hell no.
I heard Little Rakim, but that's it. Like it was a minuscule.
Yeah,
It was
but that's really with the content, not even the voice or nothing. Just a little bit of the content, and that's only if you really thinking about you talking about knowledge of self and all that. But it's a lot of cats talking about knowledge of self.
Yeah, but it was slight. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was original to me. You know what I'm saying? And
it was to me too. Yeah,
I honor that man for real.
Yeah, because Russell Simmons said when he first heard him, G Rap and all them bars, he was supposed to sign with Def Jam. And Russell Simmons was like, nah, he sound too much like Coogee Rap. And even Coogee Rap was like, he don't sound nothing like me. Like how does this Joker sound like me? He was like, he don't sound. He even Rap gave him, and this was before he got signed. Coogee Rap was giving him props like, yo, this is the next big rapper right here. And Russell wouldn't sign him. Russell didn't sign him.
So that's one of his biggest regrets. Even G Rap raps better than the whole planet, and he don't got a
yeah.
You're right.
Why is these guys
you're right.
with this? Yeah.
I just listened the other day. I just listened to Live and Let Die. That was one of the greatest G Rap albums I ever heard, and I was fiending to hear it, and you can't find it nowhere. So I had to go underground and get it.
Yeah.
I went underground, got it, and I listened to it. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. It just reminded me of 1990, man. I remember that album came out in the summer, man. We was bumping that album all summer long. Okay, it came like right when the summer hit, and it's a whole story from beginning to end. He telling you a story. The whole album is dope, man. You ain't listening to Live and Let Die. Go listen to Live and Let Die.
Definitely, I studied that album.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I was at the time like we was around the same age. He was older, of course. He's older than me, but just his environment. It was my environment. The clothes, was wearing the same clothes. It was just ill. I'm like, yo, niggas rapping like this because raps was cool, but just the lyricism, cadence, and his voice, and how he was dressing, the videos. I'm like, yo, hold on,
man. Yeah, Nas had that raspy, cool, laid back.
Yeah, he did.
But
Yeah,
it seemed like his mind was like he was like a metaphysicist of the hood. Like it was crazy.
Like he knew magic or some shit. It was
right. Like, he knows shit that we don't know and shit. Yeah.
I looked at him.
Plus, and he was the first rapper to have like 5 different producers on his album. They thought that was insane back then. They was like, huh? You want beats from who? He was like, yeah. And they all got together.
Instead of one producer doing an album.
Instead of one producer, he did. Yeah, he used 5 different producers.
It all meshed. You know what I'm saying? Like it
did.
Together.
And Large Professor and Pete Rock and Premier. I mean, and that all their music, it does work together.
Yeah,
it does. Even though they're all very unique.
Yeah.
But hip hop, man, hip hop has always been a competitive genre of music versus other genres of music. That's why rock and roll musicians or other musicians that are pushing 70 years old are still selling out arenas. Okay, they're still but hip hop don't do that. But I think it will. That's what I was getting to. I think it's young, it's new, and it's still young, but it was still competitive, and it still was like a young guy. But I think as it grows and gets older and wiser and evolves, just like we are, it's gonna evolve too. And I hope, I pray for them guys, like you said, man. Coogee Rap. It's not fair, man. These guys should be at the height of everything. They should be the ones sitting, you know what I'm saying, blinged out on Bentleys and shit.
Because the greater my voice gets, like I'm like, yo, don't you forget about these guys. No, I'm always gonna do that because and I see hip hop being like Rolling Stones and all that. Because you think about it, Nas will be, I think, 50 this year.
Right.
He's at 50 years old. You know what I mean?
And so still putting out albums.
Yeah, that's true.
This is our Mick Jagger. Him.
Yep.
They are Mick Jaggers. Like they are Rolling Stones. They still going. So
exactly.
And think about it. We're the first generation. Us on this call. We're the first generation of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know
exactly. Generation X.
Nas would be 50. Nas would be 50 this year.
Yeah.
Because Sean Price just turned 50. Sean Price would have been 51 on the 19th of this month.
Look at that. You know what I mean? So,
and I was born in 79, so I'm the youngest of Gen X. Like the last year of Gen X was 79, so I'm the youngest of Gen X. Yeah, so but I'm still part of that crew, man, and it's a proud thing, man. I love it because like I said, man, hip hop is you can't deny it, bro. It's global. It's the biggest genre on the planet. Every country, you know what I'm saying? Every country on the earth.
Other countries too. You know what I mean? And this is
it's bigger in other countries than it is here.
They don't frown on the elders. They don't frown.
No. Europe don't front. Yeah. Europe like real hip hop. Yeah, they don't like. Yeah, they don't like trap over in Europe. They don't like auto tunes over in Europe. They don't dig none of that. They be like, that's American. You just keep that over there. Yeah. They like boom bap. They like New York rap. Yeah, they like all that. Yeah.
With lyrics, like give me that.
Yes, they like lyrics. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't like none of that.
Real hip hop.
I do it. You know what I mean? So I beat myself. I would definitely do that. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to the opportunity. If it presents itself, I definitely take that trip. But like I said, I got some plans. I just gotta, have a successful Ramadan. That's important. And then I'm gonna go as hard as I possibly can. You know what I mean? Prayerfully, I make it out of Ramadan, then I'm gonna go crazy hard because I've been awakened. I say that performance I had a couple weeks ago that opened my eyes up to a lot. I got it on my gram for those who want to watch it. You know what I mean?
But what about it was so life changing or so poignant or so?
On stage since before COVID.
Okay.
So I haven't performed, and I put out music. Only one of my videos did like 200,000 views on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
nice.
My popularity is waning. You know what I mean? I'll be real with myself. I'm not like the rappers. Like, I'm that guy, man. Trust me. Like, nah.
Right. You really paying attention to the numbers, right?
I pay attention.
And being real with it.
I'm all I got. So I'm going to be honest at all times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you need to work on this. You need to work on this. The popularity is waning. The numbers ain't right at all. You know what I mean? How could we fix this shit? You know what I mean? Clearly, it just need a little TLC. And they will get it back. So for me to step on stage and, the people not throw nothing at me, you know what I'm saying?
Embrace you.
Yeah, they embrace me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
So the more I go, the more engaged they become. And now they rapping, they doing call and response for me. Yeah, I was like, hold on. You know, I get more comfortable. Now I'm two-stepping and they cheering. I'm like, no, what the fuck is happening? So, it inspired me. It inspired me because this is all I ever wanted from a child, and circumstances, I had deals, but it just wasn't the right deals, and I was discouraged for a long time, and I beat myself up a lot.
I've been there.
Yeah, I beat myself up a whole lot, and I was like, "Damn, kid, how you fuck this up? Like this is all we had,
Right.
But if it didn't happen, it wasn't meant. At the time, it doesn't mean it's not happening. Right. It just mean at that time, something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, so it could have been my spirit. It could have been my thought process. Anything. I mean, I could have been killed.
Or it could have been. Or you could have had you could have had like a king type guardian angel watching over you. Because had you entered it back then, you might not be alive to talk about it now.
Exactly.
You never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
So it's a blessing, and I take everything as a blessing, man. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And the way the energy is flowing, it appears as though it's going back the direction. So I just try to be humble and prayerful, and keep a muzzle on my tongue so I don't say nothing that'll impact me negatively down the line.
Right.
And, I'm praying, man. That's what makes me the happiest. Straight up. Right? So.
Oh yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what I like to hear, man. That's why I wanted you to come on today, man, and just
what I'm saying? I'm grateful too. Like you share your platform with me.
Bro, it's always cool when you come on, bro. You got a good energy, man, and it's uplifting, and I dig it, man.
Man,
so you're always
definitely enjoy. We definitely enjoy having you on, bro.
Man.
That's the highlight. That's always the highlight, man. Having you on, man.
It's a privilege to be, to interact with y'all, and I'm grateful for it.
We thank you for your time, brother. That's what it is.
To come on the platform, so that's why I say, I appreciate y'all. It's dope.
Always welcome, man. Always welcome.
Man. We thank you for your time, man. We appreciate you coming, bro. Thank you for your time.
I was looking forward. I was counting down and shit. I was watching.
Word.
Benavidez and Plant at their live workout. You know what I mean? I kept looking. Time to do the interview. So
that's what's up.
Cut that off so I can come here straight up.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I didn't even know why. Like, I ain't really know why I wanted you to come on or anything. It was just like we just was talking. I was like, man, what's up, man? Come on the show. We just talk, man. Because I know it's nothing really. It's no real big, album coming out or nothing like that, man. You just
No,
come on and just chop it up with us, man.
I'm gonna do singles right now. Again,
Nice.
I don't feel.
I mean, that's what it is, though. That's what the music
right
business is right now.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
They're not clamoring. I don't hear like it's not anybody clamoring for my music. So it's like I gotta win the people over, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, just let us know, man, when you do it, man, so we can debut it on here, man. We can debut the track.
Oh yeah. So I got
that'd be dope for us, man. Yeah, when you drop something, man, just make sure you slide us a little something, man. Slide us a little something, man. With your artwork in the background, man. Just give us some stills of your art. Just give us like a slideshow of your artwork with the music playing. And that's dope for us. That's good for us, man. We can debut that right here, man.
I got it. I'm gonna put something nice together right now.
That'd be dope.
Who do
we appreciate you, man.
Definitely.
Cool.
But yeah, I got to jump in the lift and go handle some BI.
That's what's up, man. We got to get into these Mando and this Wu-Tang episode.
Yeah, but Disney Plus app so I could catch up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. It's good.
Conversation with you guys.
It's going well, yeah, man. It's going good. Yeah, that'd be cool next Wednesday, man. If you was caught up, but
I'd be all caught up. You know what I mean? Because Grogu was my second born child. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I worry
Grogu been doing some shit this season, bro.
Yeah. First episode, he was doing some kids.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
flipping and shit.
Yeah. So
yeah, he got down today. So yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah. This is episode 4. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm all right. So that's what. That's 3 episodes I gotta catch up.
Yeah, it ain't nothing. They're only 30-45 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
I'm all caught up tonight. So I may return next week just for that part.
Bet.
Woo show. So yo, most love and respect. Thank you.
Always, man.
That shit mean the world to me. Look forward to it. And I got y'all. Y'all need me ever. Believe that.
Always.
Yes, sir.
Peace. All right, man.
Peace.
Man.
Peace. Yes, sir. We got Grogu doing all kind of flips and jumping around and shooting wrist rockets. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing, man. This episode was crazy. This episode, what'd you think, Stu? Did you dig it?
Oh, I loved it, man. I watched it twice. So much I liked it.
Oh, word?
Damn episode twice. Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Like it, man.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit involved in this one. But like a basic. So this week filled in some of Baby Yoda's backstory, and it offered another space battle, and then another, which is cool because space battles have been sort of lacking in Disney Star Wars, man. We haven't got a lot of like
no, we haven't got no good ones.
Andor had that great scene with the laser that shoots out and spins around, and that shit was dope, crazy, bro. Yo, I posted that shit on IG, like 5,000 likes in a day, and shit was crazy, man. That was a great scene. Whoever thought of that was great because it was like 2 lightsabers coming out of the side of the ship, and then he just spin in a circle and blew up all the ships that were around him. And that character Luthen is in this book Catalyst. It's called Catalyst, a Rogue One. It's Catalyst Rogue One. So it's kind of like the book that takes place before Rogue One, and it takes place before Andor as well. Before Andor or after? I don't know. It's right in there. It's around Andor, but that character is dope. But so this season is season 3 of Mandalorian. All kind of rumors about season 4 maybe not happening and shit. I don't even like hearing it because then Jon Favreau, he's saying he already wrote season 4 and he plans to keep going for on seasons for 5-6 seasons. So who knows?
That's been dead. That's been dead. He was gonna.
It's bad.
He was gonna stop. It was Kathleen Kennedy. He said he went on record and said that he was gonna quit because she kept meddling in the Mandalorian. And he said the CEO came to him, was like, look, man, we heard you trying to leave. You're going to leave? He said, yeah. He said, what can we do to keep you here? He said, keep Kathleen Kennedy
out of my shit.
Out of my store, out of my shows, make me separate from her. She could do whatever the hell she want, to keep riding Mandalorian and everything else. And they
Yeah.
said done deal. And so now he's happy.
Right.
He's doing man. He said he wanted to do Mandalorian the way he wants to do it, not the
Right.
way she wants him to do it.
And that's what's up, because that's the whole reason we fuck with Mandalorian, is because it's not Disney Star Wars. It's not Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars. We don't
No,
like it. So give us
not
something
at
for
all.
us. That's cool. You want to keep doing that silly, corny Disney bullshit? Go ahead. You ruined Star Wars, in my opinion. That High Republic shit, the sequel trilogy, Rey, all of that shit, garbage, bro. They have destroyed Star Wars. That's cool. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna read my books, read my comics, watch Mandalorian, and remember what Star Wars really is. And you know what I'm saying. But let me digress. Mandalorian season 3, episode 4 is called The Foundling, and this episode was pretty cool. Some cool Mandalorian shit, you know, with the Mandalorian, the watch, at their camp, you know, training, cool shit going on. But one aspect of the Baby Yoda special effect, that has been hard to get used to, is how weightless the character seems. You know, he just like
Yeah, it does.
when he flips around, and he really seems like they're just tossing a stuffed animal. It looks really,
That's true.
you know,
That's
I
true.
don't,
I can't even front on
yeah,
that.
because I know it's cool, you know, him doing flips and all that and doing stuff, but the way his body shape is and the way that he's got that big robe, you know, you don't see him bend at the waist or anything, so it just literally looks
Nothing.
like
Yeah.
a stuffed animal going head over heels. I was gonna grab him and show you, but whatever. But yeah, so it's a little hard to get used to, but it's dope because he is little, and I'm sure he is pretty weightless, and that robe is probably more robe there than body, because he is a small creature. But Luke has taught him some shit, so he's learned how to. I will say that Luke has reminded him of some shit, because Grogu knows this shit, and just Luke had to just bring it back out of him. But his force abilities and all that. But whenever Grogu jumps around or Din picks him up, it does feel a little bit like one of those TV scenes where someone pretends to drink out of an empty coffee cup. It's like really weightless, but they try to make it look heavy. And it does disrupt the suspension of disbelief, if only for a moment. But I mentioned this only because, aside from Grogu flipping around like a toy, this week's episode of Mando is a good showcase for how the character's overall design works a rare kind of magic. Realism has never really been the goal with characters like Grogu or Star Wars characters. I mean, they're not going for reality. This is, you know, Star Wars is not sci-fi. It's not science fiction. Um, you know, it's fantasy. But instead, you know, watching the slick looking science fiction characters, type characters, you know, interact with the little puppets or the actors in the big bulky costumes, recaptures the that, you know, that sort of, I don't know what that mystical feeling of watching, you know, the old children's shows like Sesame Street, the way that they did the work with you know, Sid and Marty Croft, and the big set piece in the middle of this episode, it plays like a technologically advanced version of a classic kiddie TV show like that, like Sesame Street. And I'm not to shit on it at all. The sound of the pounding metal at the armor's forge reminds Grogu of when he was forced to flee Coruscant during the purge of the Jedi Temple, Order 66. And
Right.
I almost lost my fucking mind when the door opened up. Did you not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They do.
That shit.
Because I wanted because that's where they left us off at, and that's where they did us dirty right there. They always showed us that door, but never showed what came out of it or in it.
No, I don't mean that door. I mean the door
Which one?
when Grogu is there and the guy that comes to save Grogu.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who is that guy? Who is that Jedi? They never said his name.
He's dope. His name is Master Kelleran Beck.
Okay.
But I thought it was fucking Mace Windu, and I think everyone did, and I think it's pretty slick of them to have that door opened up and see this guy standing there that looks like a young Mace Windu or something. For a second, that's what you think. For a split second, and only for the splittest second, because he's got the lightsaber and he's got a blue one and a green one. I think he picks one up, so he's got his blue one.
Yeah,
so he doesn't have the purple light. Yeah, and he has some little indifferent insignia on his robe. So like right away you look and you know it's not Mace Windu. And then of course, obviously it's not Samuel L. Jackson. But I was like not at all surprised or taken aback that Disney Plus would recast this character, because they've done dumber shit and cheaper shit, because they're always looking to cut corners. They're afraid to spend any money. They don't give any budget to these shows. And that's why the costumes are subpar. That it's just not, at all reflective of the type of money that Disney and Star Wars has behind it. But anyway, so the door opens up and it looks like it's Mace Windu. It's not Mace Windu, obviously. His name is Master Kelleran Beck. The guy is played by Ahmed Best, and best known in Star Wars circles for his controversial voice and motion capture performance as Jar Jar Binks. This is Jar Jar Binks. That's the voice of Jar Jar. Grogu sort of zips through Coruscant's traffic, with and the train tunnels, and it looks really dope. All the city and the lights and everything, and you see all the, what do you call it? The prequel trilogy imagery and stuff. And and they're being chased by all these hordes of clones, and the sequence definitely is reminiscent of one of the scenes from Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where Anakin and Obi-Wan are chasing the assassin through Coruscant, and they jumped off. He like dove out the window, and they were jumping around and moving in multiple spatial dimensions through the X and Y and Z axis, and the action is really highlighted by Grogu, looking all scared and shit, and it's cool. But it's a cool scene, and I think Grogu's physical presence also functions well in a smaller, more comic sequence, at the episode's beginning, when Din encourages him to plunge into the Mandalorian training program, and by challenging the Foundling. The kid's name is Ragnar Vizsla, and he is Paz Vizsla's son, right? The big guy with the Gatling gun. It's his son, and he challenges Grogu to a
real
battle.
life. I think he's like Jimmy Kimmel's nephew or something like that.
Oh,
in real life, yeah.
Oh yeah, Wesley Kimmel. Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's Wesley Kimmel. Yeah, that is Wesley Kimmel. So his name is Ragnar, and he chooses to battle with these little darts, these little wrist darts, kind of like Black Widow would have. And so Grogu gets fitted with a really cute little cuff with the little darts in them, little paint pellet shooters. And he then proceeds to, Ragnar shoots a couple times, like they go, and Ragnar shoots him, and Grogu's like, pop. And Grogu's like, what the fuck? He just shot me. And he looks up at Mando. He's like, what's going on? And they say, go. And the kid shoots him again. He's like, looks the fucking man. He's like, this kid's shooting me. What's going on? What am I supposed to do? And Mando says, listen, man, I know what you can do. I've seen what you can do. It's okay. Do what you can do. It's okay. You can show these people. It's nothing to be worried about. Show them what you got. And so they say, go. And Grogu flips in the air and hops behind the kid and flips back around and jumps around him and shoots 3 darts and wins the contest. And it's really cool. And, as has been the way this so far this season, the Foundling episode here tells 2 stories at the same time, with the Coruscant flashback sort of holding down in the middle of the chapter, and then on the outside of that are the rescue missions, because after Grogu beats the kid, he's snatched up by this giant pterodactyl type creature flies in, snatches the kid up. Very similar to a pterodactyl is all I can sort of describe it as. But he,
some
yeah,
type of winged creature.
right, flies off with the kid, and so his ward father, because he's not really his father, but he's just like Grogu is sort of Mando's ward, adopted, foundling. That's so this kid is Paz Vizsla's Grogu, really. And he's all, oh shit. And then Bo-Katan reassures him that they can get to where the creature is, because so first they take off on their jetpacks and they go to chase the bat, the giant creature. And they're chasing them with their jetpacks, and the creature's flying through this canyon. And I'm thinking, I don't think the jetpacks go that fast. And then I was thinking, they can't have like that much fuel in them. It looks like this thing can probably fly for miles, right? I'm sure that they could probably follow this thing for hours. It's flying through the sky. It's a giant winged creature. It probably just soars through, for hours and shit. And as soon as I thought that, they actually the jetpacks actually run out of gas while they're flying, and they have to land. It's funny. And so they run back to the lair, and they see that Bo-Katan, of course, Mary Sue hops in her ship and, chases after the thing and comes back and tells them, of course, I chased it and I found it. And so they climb the mountain where the bat thing is. And what's her name? Bo-Katan, of course, she's like, oh, these peaks are no higher than the peaks of Kirimartu. I climbed those in basic training. So it's funny, but and then they climb these big things in their heavy armor and shit, and then they get just when the mother pterodactyl is regurgitating the boy, and what follows is another exciting little aerial chase battle, which ends with the big bird getting eaten by a giant that big alligator snapping turtle thing, the same beast that interrupted Ragnar's Creed ceremony in the premiere episode. The big thing that came out of the lake, same thing, right? So the episode, the director of this episode was Carl Weathers.
That shocked me. Yeah, that shocked me when I saw it.
Yeah, and the Mandalorian team of designers and effects artists effectively emphasized the size and disparity of all these animals, aliens and humanoids and creatures and different things, and the large flying monster is taken out by an even bigger water monster, and the hatchlings are brought back to the Mandalorian covert, and where they basically dwarf the Mandos. They're these babies, but they're huge. And at the start of the episode, Grogu is fascinated by what looks like to be some small moving rocks, which of course turn out to be scuttling crabs. And
knowing him, he's probably trying to eat him.
Right.
You see how he was looking at him. Yeah, he was looking at him like I'm about to eat one of these. I thought he was moving him with the force until he turned it over. You see him as a crab.
Right. So who's big, who's small, who's friendly, who's a threat is all a matter of perspective. And they've just done phenomenal work with that shit. And I think, still before it becomes clear that Grogu is playing with the crabs, it appears briefly that he is using the force to move these objects around in the sand, but he's not. They're just alive. So it's kind of like a little trick, and it sort of serves as a reminder that the Mandalorian's new trainee just left another training program with Luke Skywalker. So as a Jedi, and as the armor sort of gives him a new chest plate of armor, she says, you'll grow into this rondelle as you grow into your station. And, part of the whole Grogu mystique is that we never fully know what he is thinking. He doesn't talk, so we don't really know what he thinks about everything or anything. But I do wonder, does the kid ever get tired of the devout, spiritual, military organizations, telling him what's what? But this is the way. And it is always nice to see Best, who had a rough time with Star Wars fans during the Jar Jar days. You know, he really took a lot of shit, dude. He got destroyed for his portrayal of Jar Jar. Yeah,
Yes, he
bro,
did.
they fucked him
Yeah,
up.
yeah. There were whole websites dedicated to killing Jar Jar Binks. I mean, people hated Jar Jar Binks, man.
And he also plays this same Jedi, Kelleran Beck, in the children's game show Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. And there was a fair amount of confusion and frustration on social media after last week's episode. To some extent, this is understandable given that the long detour through Coruscant's current political situation, and really that whole chunk of that episode just did not seem like Mandalorian. It was so not what we like the show for. It looked like I don't know. It's like they were it was like they were trying to do what Andor did, but so poorly. And but nevertheless, I was surprised to see so many people dismiss the episode as pointless. It seems clear to me that Dr. Pershing and Elia Kane are going to be important players later in the season, and I hope that they're going to be really important players because they made us go through that whole long ass, boring ass episode with these characters that seem super lame. But at which point, understanding what they have been through may matter a great deal. We will see. But I know that they did all that, you know, unfortunately, for a reason. And she's supposed to be this big villain. You know, she's the big. So, but anyway. I digress. But on the other hand, for the past few weeks, I've been certain that a majority storyline this season will involve Din, swayed by Bo-Katan's skepticism and questioning the lore. Like, I really thought that Mando was, I mean, didn't you? I thought the whole thing was that Mando was going to be like, okay, like, I kind of see your way, and like he'll take the mask off, because I know Pedro Pascal has to show his face in a couple of these episodes. There's something contractual. I'll get to that in a minute, but he's got a different. So I just knew that this whole time we're moving towards, you know, he's gonna come around. Instead, this week we see that Bo-Katan embraces the imagery of the mythosaur when the armor gives her a shoulder pauldron with a mythosaur on it. And she sort of opens up to the armor's theory that she just saw a vision of the mythosaur in the living waters, and that maybe it was just all the mystical, you know, vision, because she's gonna be, you know, following the way again and all of it.
Yeah.
And so
I thought she meant like the armor didn't believe her, but she was telling her, like, look, you might have seen a vision, or
yeah,
maybe it was his
it is
imagination.
that. It is that.
But
Yeah.
Bo-Katan really didn't explain to her how
Mhm.
she saw it. She just said, I
Well,
saw one.
but she kept
Yeah,
telling
she
her,
wasn't really
like,
clear. Yeah,
she
she
was
wasn't
like,
really
but it was
clear on
so
how she saw
real.
it.
Yeah, she's like, but it was real. She's like, no, but I really
Right.
saw it. And the armor was like, okay, yeah, you did. You really saw
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna see many things. She was like, yeah, you're gonna see many things. Yeah, especially if you smoke the is, you're gonna see many things.
And so what I'm saying is, then they show Bo-Katan in a sort of contemplation, almost thinking like, oh shit, maybe I did just see that. Maybe it was a vision. Maybe that wasn't a real
Right.
creature.
Yeah,
Maybe it was,
yeah.
which I don't dig. I think it was the real creature.
I do too. But they
I think
showed the whole creature and they showed
I
her
know.
next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
So
she knows it's real. I think she
I know
just
it's real, but I
has
think
a she's gonna have a
now
hard time convincing people that it was real. Yeah,
that's true.
because she didn't really explain it to her. Like, look, like when I jumped, like if she would have been like, look, when Mando fell in the waters, I had to go get him, and on my way back up, I literally saw the mythosaur. Like I saw one.
Right.
She didn't say it like that. She just said, "Yo, I saw one of those." She didn't
Yeah.
say where. She didn't say when. She just I saw one.
No, she told her it was when they went in the waters when she saved Mando.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But she didn't say she didn't go that far. She did say it was on their public. She didn't go as far to say how. She just was like, I just seen one.
But
And I was like, damn, you couldn't be more you couldn't be more clear. I thought she would have been more clear about it, man.
Yeah.
I think really I think that they're meant to do that because you gotta remember Bo-Katan didn't believe in the way. She kind of like her clan kind of dissed it. But now that she's following the way, things are looking different. She's seeing things differently and she's acting differently. And I think that's that's her journey for her to see that. Even seeing the mythosaur. Because remember when before he jumped in the lake, remember how she read the creed? She read it like, you're gonna jump in the water, la 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 la, whatever. Yeah. And then she jumped in the water. Yeah. No, she didn't care about it at all. She was like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like this was all leading up to her talking Mando into giving up the way, sort of not really, worrying about taking his helmet off and shit. Because I figured that they've got to get to a point where Pedro Pascal can show his face more. And so I just knew that's where this was going. So either this is like a red herring, like now they've got Bo-Katan and when they had to eat and, they all went and went their separate ways to eat, she took that very seriously. She wasn't like, okay, yeah, you guys go over there. All right, whatever, man, and take the helm. She was very fucking, and she looked around like nobody can see.
Like, how do we eat? Yeah. Right. Before she took her helmet off. Yeah.
Yeah, before she took her helmet off, she made sure nobody could see her.
Because remember when she first met Mando? Remember when she first met him and she took her helmet off? He was shocked. She was like, "Oh, you didn't know we did that?" Yeah. She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Only your clan of Mandalorians don't take the helmet off. We've been doing this for years." But the armor always said that they lost the way. Like, I can't.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. Nobody's supposed to see your face.
Yeah. Yeah. But listen, I think this episode is definitely, saving the next generation. It's the fourth chapter of the series, but it lowers the stakes and it explores the Mandalorian tradition that we've I think all been curious about, and it does definitely dive into Grogu's Jedi past and potential future. We see him escaping the Order 66. The whole thing is very you know what? That might have been the Jedi Purge. I'm gonna have to do some I'm gonna have to study that. That might not have been Order 66. That might have been the Jedi something else. So I'm gonna come back to you guys on that. But
let us know, please.
I will. But unsurprisingly, last week's episode definitely caused a lot of division among fans because it was definitely strayed way too far from the core, of how the show's been more of just an action gunslinger bounty hunter show. The opposite of Andor, but in the best way possible. But I think that it was necessary to do it. I just think the actors were bad, and I think they just did poorly at acting it out. Other than that, it was necessary exploration of the post-war, socio-political situation of the galaxy, something that the sequel trilogy severely lacked. And so plus it allowed the Imperial subplot to move forward. And as we know, you can't please everybody all the time, but they do the best they can. This episode, chapter 20, definitely returns I think to the beloved adventure of the week format, and puts the focus back on the main characters, at least on Grogu and Bo-Katan. Din is kind of sidelined again this week, unfortunately. If you're a big Mando fan, he definitely has taken a back seat last couple episodes, but we're pretty sure that this episode is the series' shortest episode so far, and that is felt in many scenes. Grogu is doing his thing again. He's always great. And the brief look at the Children of the Watch's day-to-day stuff, their ceremonies and stuff is definitely welcomed. I love that kind of stuff. I like seeing, lore and also behind the scenes stuff and things like that with the characters, you know. But equally important character beats are drowned out by the Order 66, if that's what it is, flashback that runs a bit too long, and has a couple corny moments, but is overall, again, I think definitely needed, just like that crap, last episode needed, but maybe executed not the best. But at its heart, this episode is all about the Mandalorians, the sense of community, as well as protecting the little ones and how important the foundlings are to the culture, and things that their culture had in common with the now gone Jedi Order. They got into that as well. And we've mentioned in the past that Jon Favreau's ultimate crystal clear plan is to have Grogu become the next Tari Vizsla, the next Mandalore, the next king of the, wielder of the dark saber and all of this. And a new bridge between the two factions, and the parallels in this episode support that idea more than ever. The episode starts off, like I said, with the entire tribe sparring and training at the beach at the thing, and the kid gets taken. But I think overall the episode, I think overall it had a lot of cool moments. It had a lot of cool Easter eggs. It was fun. It was definitely what do you call it? Like a relief, a breath of fresh air from last week, because last week was really it worried me, bro.
Last week was was just to the left,
straight
to the left.
It scares me.
It was straight Andor, and like I said last week, only Andor can do Andor.
Yeah, they can't do that because it's not. You're not Andor.
No, you're not Andor, and they do it well. They do it very well. So stick to Mandalorian and let Andor do what they do best.
Exactly, man. Shit. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. Somebody just rolled up at my house.
Going to Wu-Tang American Saga. This season has been it's been hit or miss. A lot of hits, some misses, but a lot of hits. I like the overall presentation of I can't even put it just how they present the making of these classic albums of Wu-Tang. I mean, I'm digging how they do that.
Yeah,
I'm really digging how they do that. Like, I don't even know what to call them. I don't know, dreams or just
allegorical.
Yeah. I don't know what to call them, but it's dope. It's a dope concept, man. It's something. It's a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna be honest. It's literally a breath of fresh air.
We're gonna get into Wu-Tang. We're gonna get into the Wu-Tang thing, but I just wanted to say one more thing before we do. Before we get into because I'm gonna let you. I don't want to cut you off, but we're gonna get into the Wu-Tang in a second. Because you asked, and I'm only saying this because you asked, about the guy, the Mace Windu guy, who is this Kelleran Beck. Did you do that? He said he wants to see the paperwork. He's in a car. That's all right. Tell him, come here, buddy. Come here. Yeah, the 20th was the last payment, and that was Monday. All right, go. My bad, man. This is bad timing, y'all. This is somebody that bought my car, that owes me the rest of the balance that was supposed to come Monday, is now outside and is trying to give me money. So I'm sending my son out there to handle it. But yeah, so this guy, Master Kelleran Beck, essentially a Jedi character that was created for this actor when he landed the gig of presenting the Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge which is a children's game show that was aired in 2020 on YouTube. You probably never saw it or heard of it. Of course, the game show is not part of the Star Wars canon, but the character Kelleran Beck was apparently canonized. And again, this is the guy that played Jar Jar Binks. His appearance as Grogu's rescuer, though, not only makes sense given that his character's teaching background, because he was like a teacher in the what do you call it, in the temple, but it also gives Best a well-deserved return to the live action, Star Wars after suffering more than a decade of, the worst from the worst of the franchise's fan base. How much is it? Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you, buddy. Worst of the worst of the franchise's fan base after having played Jar Jar Binks in the prequel movies. Because damn, it was bad. But this creative choice, though, also does save us from the somehow Mace Windu has returned and we're just going to pop it in with no real explanation theories that the unimaginative fans have thrown around for more than 2 years now. But making a new character, Grogu's savior, was the right call here. I know a lot of people were like, man, I wanted to be Mace Windu, or I want it to be this character or that character. Oh shit, my bad.
Well, we knew it couldn't be Mace, and so we just had to figure out who else could have saved. A lot of people's theory was the librarian saved him, but that wasn't the case.
Right, that's what I mean. The librarian. Hey, did he have you sign that paper? Blaze. Yeah, the librarian was another one. Librarian was a big one. Did he have you sign that paper? No. He just took it? Okay. But those characters, using those characters would be dope. Don't get me wrong. It would be dope if there was a whole movie about it, a whole book or two about it, some real literature about it, something that backs up the fact that all of a sudden there's this little Yoda character that we've never heard of before, that fucking coincidentally characters we know all about were chilling with him and shit. Doesn't really, it seems like a little too on the nose, a little too coincidental, a little too fake. So I'm glad that they refrained, because I know they wanted to. I know they wanted to. Oh, they wanted to, bro. They want to, bro. They're so cheap, and they just go to the fan service and all that. But I'm talking Disney, and I'm not talking Dave Filoni. I'm not talking Favreau. I'm not talking Mando, but I'm talking Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, that crew. They want to do this shit. But I'm glad that we got people with sense back there. But as cool as the flashback is, and Beck did kick ass, bro. He was fucking, like, his moves were dope. It was cool. He did some cool. This was like a good throwback to prequel era Jedis. Okay, so if you're a Star Wars fan, you've been starving for some prequel era Jedi battles and sword fights, lightsaber stuff, because since the prequels, we've had shit for lightsaber duels and shit like that, battles and things like that. Oh yeah. Oh, he wants me to do that? Okay. You got a pen? I'm sorry, y'all. This is gonna save me from having to leave. Go. Can you go find me a pen? This will have to do a Sharpie. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me sign some shit. This is 05. Mm-hmm. Tell him I couldn't find a pen. Sorry for the marker, but it's all good. All right. Yeah. So yes, the flashback was dope. you know, like I said, he did kick ass. It was really cool to see some prequel era lightsaber shit going down. And as a trip down memory lane, it eats up a good chunk of the very limited runtime. This is a short episode, and it's really just that's what it is. It's that scene, and then the kid getting taken by the bat, them chasing the bat thing, and like getting the kid back. Very short, not much going on there either. And then there's this really sort of long flashback, which is basically a big chase scene that's good in some places and really bad in others, but decent overall. But then that's it. That's the whole episode. There's nothing. There's not a lot there, but it's again, it's that adventure of the week, Mandalorian thing we love the Mandalorian show for. That last week's episode was the opposite of, and so I think that's good shit. You know, did the did the duo seek shelter on Naboo before hiding in the Outer Rim for decades? We might have to wait for season 4 to get more answers at what happened after that. After he spirits him away, it's decades until the next event. So we hopefully we'll get more information on that. I hope that would be great. Because they're gonna have to figure out ways to fill episodes that aren't just crappy episode filler. But another point worth bringing up is that the touch of Dave Filoni, the co-writer on this episode, is hard to discern. He's usually more obvious, and as because there wasn't a big Jedi lore deep dive or connections to Clone Wars or Rebels. That's usually when Filoni's involved, you'll get something like that, which we love. But he was involved and we didn't get that. Meanwhile, the armorer has crafted this round Beskar chest piece for Grogu, and who's pretty much immune to shots to the chest at this point. He already received Frodo's mithril shirt, but made with Beskar. But yeah, man, he's all. I'm trying to figure out what the Mandalorian helmet with Grogu ears is going to look like. I wonder if that's what they're designing that right now. If he's got to get bigger before they give him that, but at some point he's actually the plan is that he's going to be fitted and kitted out in a Mandalorian armor suit. He's going to be a Mandalorian full on. This is the way type shit, not removing his helmet type shit. So that's going to be interesting. Because Disney is not going to want Grogu to grow up, bro. They're not going to want Grogu to get bigger and not be cute little Grogu anymore, because that's their billion-dollar moneymaker right there. They lose baby Grogu. Dude, this show, Grogu, I don't know where this show
is the show.
Yeah.
It is the show.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big part of it. He's huge. Huge. So, but despite the hunting party thing was, again, it was pretty cool, but it was pretty short. But Bo-Katan has a hunting party, makes camp before climbing the rock formation, and this is the point where one has to wonder whether they're taking too long with the rescue. I would think the kid would have been eaten hours ago. I'm thinking this bird would have eaten the kid right away, pretty much. At least brought him back to the nest, popped his head off, and fed some to the baby birds and flew off. I mean, it's usually what eagles and shit do. They take the owl or the mouse or rat or whatever they catch, they bring it home, and then they stand on his body, they pull his head off, and they fucking fly away, and they leave it for the babies or whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, but anyways, it's Disney, it's Star Wars. But listen, I could, well, let me think. Trying to think if we should just time is it? You said you had to go by when? 8?
Yeah. We got it's just 10 minutes. We can do it. Let's go.
It's 8:01. Okay, so well, we didn't really break down Wu-Tang too much, but yeah, Wu-Tang we do have to talk about because Liquid Swords was like when I had the purple tape, it was like Liquid Swords and the purple tape was all I listened to. Like those two albums were at the same point in time, like everything I listened to, bro. I studied those albums,
Same
played them
here.
back and forth. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so we just got the two most important episodes, in my opinion, or that I was wanting, that I was waiting for. Criminology was episode 6. Then last week we got shadow boxing, which was about Divine having a nervous breakdown. And then this week we got Liquid Swords, which was, again, it was another allegorical movie. It was the third one, and I like those. I like those allegorical movies where because
Yeah, I like them
I
too.
think that because I think they figured, like, if every album is just the guys in the studio and like, that would be dope for us hip hop heads. Like, we would just love a fucking show about Wu-Tang in the studio making records. Like, fucking just give me that. Like, that's cool. But the casual audience, like regular, not hardcore hip hop heads, they'd get bored with that after a while, after 10 episodes, you know what I mean? So it's a good way to break that up. And it's a good way to still tell the story of the album and in such a Wu-Tang way. Because Wu-Tang was always about cinematics. They were always about making cinematic vibes. Like every one of their, like, those albums, bro, were like movies. When I put on the purple tape, it's a gangster film in my
It
head.
is.
Scarface, Goodfellas, Godfather,
Yeah.
all of that. And then when I put on Liquid Swords, that's a whole movie. That's a whole, you know what I mean? Anime, ninja, feudal Japan, slash in the subway, you know what I mean? Grimy streets of Brooklyn, late night type shit. It's all, but it's all a movie in your head. Iron Man, that shit was a movie. That was Sonny Carson meets fucking Carlito's Way. That was a brilliant film. I'm talking about the album. So I love these Wu-Tang shows where they make it an allegory, which basically what I mean by this is, instead of just showing a movie like, or a show about the group together writing and recording the music, they would act out a film, right? That sort of gives you the cinematic vibe of what the show is about, or what the album is about. Sorry. So with Criminology, with the purple tape, the album was about drug dealing and like, high level, Scarface type kingpin shit. And so they made a movie like that, like a Scarface type gangster movie, with the songs from the purple tape laced in through the allegorical film, in soundtrack, in dialogue between two guys talking. They'll be saying some shit that is lyrics from the song and shit, like that kind of shit. Which, again, man, that's just the way I consumed Wu-Tang anyway. In the 90s growing up, man, when I listened to Wu-Tang, like, that was the way I took it in anyway. It was like it was a film in my ears, you know what I'm saying? Like a film in your head. And this episode did not disappoint in that realm. I don't know if you saw it, Stu, but it was cool.
I've been keeping up. I actually watched it. I've been keeping up, man.
Okay.
I thought it was very, very creative, man. I
Like an
enjoyed it.
anime
It
joint,
was,
yeah.
yeah, it was different. It was different for me, and I liked it, man. You know, uh, I enjoyed it, man. I think it was very creative, man. I like when they're able to go out on a limb like that, and then put together something that creative, but still
Yeah,
get the point, convey the point. Because
right.
like a lot of times when they trying to, in the last seasons, they've been trying to tell this story. It's been even I've even heard like Raekwon and some of them say, like, they telling a story, but it ain't, it's Hollywood. but it's the story, but it's Hollywood. And so, like, if you're gonna go Hollywood, do that for me because I can relive it in a different way. Like that's something new for me. You know what I mean? And I loved it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I love that. The purple tape episode, this episode was good, man. It just hit me, man. Made me break out my Liquid Swords cassette anniversary edition with the moving cover. You know what I mean? So you
hold
know,
on.
so
Wait, let me blow that up. Let's see that. Let's see that again. Is that the when did they put that out?
This dropped a couple of years back, man. I picked this up about maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
It's like a lenticular cover. Oh, that's
you see it moving. You see it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was it was like I think like a 20th anniversary edition, and they re-released it. I bought it off of Bandcamp. Jizza re-released it. The tape is red, and then if you can look and see.
Let me see. Oh, they made it red. Yeah. So this is like a remake. Yeah, it's like a remake of the original album because the original album wasn't red or anything. So that's dope,
no, it wasn't red. It was just clear.
It was just clear. Yeah, it was just clear gray.
So that's how you know it's the anniversary edition.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even take it out. I actually have the original. I actually have my original Liquid Swords tape, and I have it on CD. So like, I just didn't take this one out. I just left that one wrapped up.
Yeah, that's what I would have done too. I definitely would have kept one wrapped up. And this is the jean jacket I got. Bam.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's fly. Hurry up.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
I like that, man. That's dope. That's fly. Man. I like Yeah, for all you that don't know what a cassette tape looked like, this is a cassette tape.
Yeah, we used to put those inside of machines like this. Let me show you what the machine looked like. We used to put them inside these. Oh.
Yeah, although I wish mine's turned into a small robot, but we used to put them in, and music came out of it.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can make this one into That's how they sound.
Yeah, you gotta make the sound when you transform.
You gotta make the sound when you do it. Yeah, you gotta.
Even if you're doing it for 20 minutes, still gotta make
yeah. No, you gotta keep doing it over.
Keep doing it till you fully transform.
Until you're fully done there. There you go. Little boom box.
Yeah, you just slide this in there.
Pop the tape out. Hold up. Let me blow your mind. Hold up. Let me blow your mind. All right, there it is. Let me blow your mind.
Booyah. It went just like that. Yep. Little cassette, pop it in there, do your thing. Yeah, you can't do that now, man. What would sound be like now? What, a USB, a flash drive would pop out of him, or SD card? I guess now. I mean,
right? Yeah. A little tiny little chip will come out. That's it. But yeah, man, that was the era, man. We let my tape rock till my tape pop, and when my tape pop, I grabbed some Scotch tape and put that bitch back together.
Yes, you did. Yes, you operated on that joint.
Yes, sir. Operation. Hey, if you don't know about that, you ain't from the 90s. Listen, or the 80s. We take the cassette tape. This is a little thin, so that shit would break, and you could actually take a piece of Scotch tape and cut it real small into a little piece, and tape the little piece together, and wind that shit back up in the cassette tape. And if you do it right, you won't even hear the break, bro.
Yeah, I heard people. Yeah, I seen people that could do it.
That's how I did it. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. Butter. That was my specialty, bro. Bro, because I used to play the shit out of tapes, man, until them bitches did pop. Like Biggie, that's what he's talking about. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the actual tape of the cassette breaking because you play it so much that because those machines just winding and pulling that tape through that thing, and eventually that shit snaps. Yeah, man, that's the love of the art right there.
Yeah, it is.
So, where are we at? Let me make sure. All right. Yeah, man. I would love to get my hands on an original Liquid Swords cassette or an original if you can get an original purple tape. I think those are going for like what? I think I saw one. How much were they going for? Damn, like $500 or something like that.
Yeah. I got an original purple tape.
Crazy.
Yeah,
like the original. If you got an original purple tape still sealed, go get it.
I don't have it sealed. I got my original one that I bought. And but this one that I have, I don't ever think they ever reissued the purple tape, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I never bought 2 copies. I bought a cassette copy, and then like years later, I bought it on CD because we were listening to CDs by then, and the sound quality was a lot more superior on the CD. So I bought a CD version for that reason. But I still have my original tape that I bought from, I guess wherever I got it from. It probably was probably was where did I get that joint? Either Ace Records. I either bought that joint from Ace Records or I got it from FYE. It was one of the two where I got it.
Well, they put out they reissued the purple tape, and they put out like a box set, and the box set is a good $500-600. But if you want the actual cassette tape, okay, if you want the original cassette tape, right?
1,500. Ooh, are you serious?
Yes, sir. Now that's the 1995 version. So if you got a tape and you can go see the date on that bitch says 1995, go get it. Let's see that shit right now, bro.
Yeah, I got it. I can't dig it out right now. I showed you Saturday. I can't dig it out right now because it's under.
All right.
I got a few a few cases on top of it. I don't know why I ain't put that case on top, but I got it.
I'm not challenging that you have it. I believe you have it. I just want to see it.
I don't give a damn about none of that. I know I got it. I don't give a damn about none of that. I know I got it. That's the thing. I don't give a damn about none of that. I know I got it.
Yeah. I just ain't seen one in hella time, and I want to see one.
If I got a Liquid Swords cassette right here in my hand right now, you better believe I got that. You better believe I got a purple tape.
But that's not the original Liquid Swords tape, though.
Nah, it ain't. But I got one. And that's saying more than anybody else. That's saying more than anybody else out there.
Nah, I don't know nobody.
I got a reissue. I got an original and a reissue.
Now
I started saving my music, bro. Now what is that? Yo, that's
look at
that. Is that a book?
Yeah, this is Pete. This is dope. No, this is they reissued the tape a bunch of times, but this is just one of the times.
Yeah, it said 2012.
Yeah. See the purple tape right there. It says the purple tape, and it looks like a book sleeve, but it's got the cassette inside. Here,
I would have bought that too if I would have seen that.
Hell yeah,
when it came out, I would have bought it.
Fuck yeah. And it's $350. Now that's $350, but and you could tell I've looked at this shit because I love this shit. This is my shit. Here's Only Built for Cuban Links cassette with Wu-Tang purple tape, gray tape. So it's one. Okay, so this is a great example here. I'm glad we pulled this up. So here's when they put it out in purple, and here's when they put it out in gray. I have never seen a gray tape. I've never seen the gray one. So like I would want to get the gray one too. Like this is a dope set right here for $800. You can get the purple one and the clear one. That's a dope deal. Like I would buy that. Because I'm that much of a fan of it. I mean, you got to understand, if you're that much of a fan of it, I can see buying that as a collector because I am a collector, and that's a dope. Like I said, I've never seen the gray one. I've only seen the.
I think I've seen the gray one, but I'm not sure. It's been so long, man.
I've never seen the gray one, and they said that the first print they only put out 10,000 of these, but I know they made more because
they had to. Everybody had a purple one. Everybody had a purple. I think maybe after the first year, they started putting it out gray. But I think when they first came out, they printed them all up in purple.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Me too. This is the box set that they put out. That's $550. And it was like a poster. Comes with the cassette right there inside of like a little box. The box is decent. It's got the tape insert thing right there. But yeah, I mean that's it. It says the purple tape. It's got a nice little gold plaque and shit. And the box is cool. It's like lacquer, I think. It's got a lock on it and shit. Comes with this book, which I'm not sure what's in that. Looks like a sticker. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. I wouldn't pay $500 for this, me personally. Because it's dope and all of that. I don't know, man. I just like to have I just like the fact of it being the original one and shit. Like that's what I want. I want the original, you know. Man, that shit takes me back, bro. Wow. Memories, bro. I used to sit and study these fucking albums because we used to take the inserts out of the cassette and fold it out, because on the other side of this, you know what I'm saying, it's either song lyrics, track list, names of who is involved, record labels, or
thanking people,
shout outs. Yeah, shout outs.
Yeah, shout outs. Yeah.
And then what is this? So I think, yeah, they came out again. Another box set.
Yeah, had I known they put them, I would have bought those back when they came out.
Yeah.
Never bought them. I didn't really care because I already bought the original and I bought them on CD. So for me, I was just like, I already got them both on whatever. I care more about the music than what it looked like. So, but I don't know anybody that would pay that much for it, man. Just to have it. I mean, you find somebody, let me know, please. And I'm an enthusiast, and I don't even think I would. I would pay. I would hunt it down and pay that much for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that joint is phenomenal, man. Hey, man, I gotta roll out. I gotta.
Yeah, me
jump
too,
off,
man. My bad, man. I got too much shit going on today, man. My bad. We do these shows, guys. We do these shows live, and we do them every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no matter what's going on in life. And I got a lot of shit going on today, but I'm still here for y'all. But I know Stu's got to get to work. We had a great show. We had a great guest today. We had King Kojo on. That was dope. We chopped it up about the Mandalorian. We chopped it up about the purple tape. We chopped it up about the Woo. You guys, Friday. All right. Don't forget this. I want everybody to go pick up uniforms. Okay. Pick up uniforms. Nah. Go to Rush. go to Vintage Rush. Go to rushx.beyond.com and do that Friday, because the new shirt's dropping, the cable joint. Okay. You got the black and the faded, the what you call it, vintage look. Either way, but it's fucking cable. It's X-Men. It's the new shirt. So check that out Friday, and we'll see you guys Saturday for DC Power Hour right back here at around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And that was a show. You guys have a good night, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man.
Peace.